Hello, I'm Melissa from Melissa's Creations, and today I wanted to share with you the May 2016 paper pumpkin kit that I received in the mail. This is the card that came in the kit. There were enough supplies to make 8 of each card. The instructions had a couple of different samples, but you can see that this is a cutout. It was pre-cut out, and then it has a pumpkin pie corrugated cardboard behind it. It's just stamped on the inside, or it's glued down with glue dots on the inside, and then I stamped the sentiment here. This is a pre-cut sticker that it was super easy to just stick on the card. They had some epoxy heart stars in Pool Party, and then this I stamped myself too. But today I wanted to show you an alternate card that you can make with this. It's similar to this card that I made the other night. I featured the new 1618 in colors. We have Peekaboo Peach, Flirty Flamingo, and the Sweet Sugar Plum. And then I stamped this sentiment here from the Balloon Celebration stamp set, and I punched it out with the decorative label punch. And I put a gray background on here. I also stamped this background piece with the flowers. Those are from the Flower Patch set. So the card I'm going to make today is kind of a variation of this, except we're not going to do the background here. One more option, and I haven't finished the card yet, but this is another one that I did, and I used the negative space from one of the templates here, the pre-cut guys, and I just sponged it onto this card. I really like that design, and I love the colors. I just sponged it with daubers and kind of tried to blend the colors in a little bit. This here is from one of the new Hostess sets that will be available June 1st, Gift of Love. It's a 2-step stamp, and I just thought that this flower was absolutely gorgeous. And then I used the sentiment here from the new Sitting Here stamp set that will also be available June 1st. And I punched that out with the decorative label punch too. I used the double punch technique on both of these labels. I used the same punch, so you can see that you can get super cool smaller labels from that one punch. It's not just a one size. You can really customize it to whatever you want to do. So let's get started with the card that I wanted to show you guys today. We're going to use I call it the brick layout. We're going to use one of these cards, and we're going to sponge this part here and this part here, and then we're going to stick our sticker sentiment that came in the kit here, and maybe add a couple of extra accents. I'm going to use the Sweet Sugar Plum to put behind the card so that it gives me a beautiful purple color. So the first thing you want to do is get out your card. Here's the brick layout card, and I've masked it around the edge here so that I don't get ink on the border with Post-it notes. What I also did was I put an extra piece of Whisper White. This is a scrap that I had. There's a couple of blotches on the back, but the front is okay. And I put that behind and I secured it with a sticky note so that when I sponge this design here, it will go onto my base piece, and that's how I was able to do this one. I did the same thing, and then you have an extra piece that you can play with later. So we're going to start doing that right now. I have 3 colors from the new in colors for the 1618 year. This is the Peekaboo Peach. I'm going to use Peekaboo Peach, Flirty Flamingo, and Sweet Sugar Plum. I'm going to start with the peach. And on the last one, I did stripes this way, but I think I want to go more in a gradient on a diagonal. So I'm going to take the peach, and I'm going to start it up in the corner. And I'm just daubing it. I'm not really rubbing it because I don't want to accidentally get my sticky notes out of whack or go too far underneath the design, the brick design. So you want it rather dark in the corner, and then you're going to just kind of stamp out lighter and lighter so that you can get that blending. So there's the Peekaboo Peach. Now we're going to bring in the Flirty Flamingo. And starting kind of in the middle dark, see there's a lighter spot here. So I'm going to do darker in the middle here, and then as the ink comes off of my dauber, I'll blend that into the orange. And then I'll do the same thing here. I'll go lighter on out this way. And then we'll be able to bring in our next color, which is Sweet Sugar Plum. And I'm going to start dark in the corner on this end. And then again, with the remaining ink on your sponge, just kind of blend it together. Okay, so there's that top piece. Now we want to go ahead and focus on the bottom. So I'm going to move all these sticky notes off from the top and put them around the bottom. So I have it all masked off with my sticky notes, and I had the Peekaboo Peach up here and the Sweet Sugar Plum over here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the Peekaboo Peach here, and then I'm going to gradiate it down to the Sweet Sugar Plum. Okay, so now that I have my piece all sponged, I can go ahead and remove my Post-it note masks. Look how gorgeous that is so far. And I'm going to turn it over and take off this. And then when we flip this over, we have a gorgeous card all ready to go. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, it's just so scrumptious. And we have this piece ready to go as well. So I'm going to see how it looks to put the purple behind it with the ink on there now. Then I'll make my decision. Not quite sure about it. I think the purple might be blending in too much to the background. Let's try a darker color, like black. That's pretty bold. That definitely makes the design pop. But is it too black? These are the quandaries, color questions. It's really up to you what you want to do and what you like. On the last one that I did, I used a gray, and I thought that was pretty nice. It wasn't too dark, but it wasn't too light either. But I think I do want to go bold on this one, so I think I will stick with the black. So I'm going to cut that down to size, and you want it to be this just slightly under the same size as a normal card base when it's folded in half. So that's 5.5 by 4.25. So this way I have not quite 5. So I'm going to cut this, what would be 5.5, but I'm going to go 1 tick mark. It's not even an 1/8, it's a 1/16, I believe. So I'm going to go 1 tick mark under that. And then if it was 4.25, I want to go 1 tick mark under that. Okay, so there we have the back to our card. The kit came with these little tiny adhesive dots. So I'm going to put those onto my backing, just up in the corners here. Okay. And then we will line that up on the back of our card. And it should be just big enough to leave a small white border around your card there. And it should still fold down. So let's go ahead and give that a crease with our bone folder. Super cute. I think I really like that. And the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm falling in love with it. You just kind of have to play around with it and look at it from a different angle. Maybe that'll help. All right, so now we're going to take one of our stickers that came in the kit. And these are pretty fragile, so you want to be very careful when you pull them off of your page. I find going lengthwise instead of going from the side here, but going from top to bottom like this helps quite a bit in making sure none of those pieces bends the wrong way. Okay, just carefully work it out. And there are a couple of pieces we want to get rid of here. The negative space. Like I said, be careful when you're moving around because this is pretty fragile. And that's one of the great things about this card kit is that it's different. It has a lot of really cool elements that you don't see every day, like these die cut stickers. Now I kind of like mine to go in line, but I also want it to kind of pop up off the page just a little, off the edges. Okay, so once I have that where I want it, I'll go ahead and press it down. Okay. Cute so far. I think we still need a few more things. I am going to use the epoxy stars that came with the kit. And there's 3 sizes, a large, medium, and then the small. So I'm just going to take a couple of those and sprinkle them around the card in a couple different places. Make it kind of look like they're falling stars. Let's go here. That's another thing too. You just kind of have to play around with it, play around with the position, see where you like it the best. Okay, so now I'm going to take a scrap piece of paper, and this just so happens to be a thicker cardstock that I really like for the labels, and I'm going to keep this for future use so that I can reuse this mask again. So you can see I've already punched out one of my decorative labels for my other card, so I'm going to go ahead and use this space here to do my next label. And I want to make this a birthday card. So I'm going to take the birthday and I will put it onto one of my blocks. Now the paper pumpkin comes with a D block, which is this one here. but I'm using one of my smaller ones for this sentiment. And I want it to be in, I think I'm gonna put it somewhere in this vicinity here. I could put it up in the middle here. I guess I'll have to stamp it and see how it looks. I was gonna use, let's go ahead and use Pool Party, why not? So I'm gonna grab Pool Party out and see how I like that color on this card. I love this, the stamp set that came with this paper pumpkin kit. It's many manly occasions, so it came with a lot of men's things like brother, grandpa, dad, uncle, Father's Day, son. It's just really versatile, and I think it's super cute, so we're gonna go with that. Now I'm gonna grab out my decorative label punch. I'm going to play around with this here for a second. I could make it a large label, or let's chop off some of the excess here so I can get my punch in there. I don't want to chop off too much because I want to be able to use as much of this cardstock as I can. It's a really nice thicker cardstock. It's not like our average Whisper White paper. So if I go this way, no, it's not quite gonna work. So we could try to do, I think my best bet is to just use the punch as it is and not try to resize it for this word. All right, but I am going to sponge around the edges in Pool Party. And I think I may just put some more stars on here. The little ones. Yeah. Medium one. And maybe one large one down in this corner here. All right, looks good. I'm going to pop that up with some dimensionals, and I don't think any dimensionals actually came in this kit. I think it was just the glue dots. Some kits do include dimensionals, however. All right, so now let's play around with where we want this to go. Too high. I think maybe right in the middle here would be good. There. And there we go. There is a super cute alternate to May 2016 paper pumpkin kit. I really like the way that this turned out, and I love these new in colors. I am all about these new in colors, I tell you what. When June 1st rolls around, you're going to have to visit my blog, my Stampin' Up shop, melissascreations.stampinup.net, so that you can get in line for these gorgeous colors. I wouldn't be surprised if they sold out, but there's no word on that they will sell out. I'm sure they have plenty of stock, but these colors are gorgeous, simply amazing. If you haven't already signed up for Paper Pumpkin, you're going to want to do that too. It's a really, really great value. It comes with so many great materials that you can use. If you're not thrilled about the card or the project that you receive that month, there are so many alternate things that you can do, as I just showed you in this video. So please, please, please be sure to visit my Stampin' Up shop. Click on Shop Now and visit paper pumpkin. You'll be able to purchase a subscription, or you can try month to month, and you can get your very own creativity in a box delivered to your mailbox. Thanks for joining me.